As you can see, like I said, not very happy. Ryder's having an absolute blast in the bucket, and we're getting this cut in no time. God bless the bush hog. We are back to looking like a CATALPA farm now. We're gonna have to figure out where else we're gonna put this stuff. Because I got more trees. All right, Ryder, you ready to go fishing?
A big one I ever seen.
All right, it's been a couple of weeks since we planted the seeds. What do we got, Ryder?
CATALPAs.
Yeah, a lot of them. Like a whole lot of them. That's crazy. So what are we gonna do now?
Plant them.
Plant them in what? In pots? Yeah. Got some pots we're setting up. Let them grow. And then we take them back up
To Papa's house.
to Papa's house where all the other CATALPAs are. Sounds like a plan, dude. All right, so you remember Mr. Smith said sometimes it's good to put two trees together to grow. So we're gonna pot two trees, okay? That sound good?
Together?
Yeah. Okay.
Or I can supervise you.
Oh, you can supervise me?
Yeah, Ryder's got it.
Okay.
I'm trying to do.
Just trying to make sure to pull the roots out and not break them. Think so? So we put a layer of good dirt over the other dirt, so the roots are kind of sticking to that dirt.
Dad,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be hard work on this other side
What?
because there's ants explosion.
An ant explosion on the other side.
Yes,
Oh,
they're climbing around.
man.
They keep going in and out, in and out.
The ants are?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, that's crazy.
Every time I knock their door, they say, "Hello, let's try and bite."
Whoa, that's what that say.
There's a snail in here. Snail.
Snake though. What?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, that's gonna be a lot of trees to pot. All right, dude. We got a lot to go. I can finish these cups and then call it. But yeah, they're shriveling quickly after this. All right, the CATALPAs do not like the move over right now. Once we get them watered, they should be okay, but. All right, we got through a good chunk of them. Definitely not all of them, but they are not happy. You can see a few that were kind of around where we were digging are already starting to kind of curl up. So we just filled what cups we had, we stopped, and then we're gonna do the rest either when it's cooler later today or early tomorrow morning, because we still got a lot of good trees left. I want to make sure they do okay. Don't want to lose any if we can help it, so our seedlings grow nice and tall. So we're just gonna pause for now, and start again after it's cooler. These are the ones we've already transplanted. As you can see, like I said, not very happy. Hopefully they recover. We got them in the shade and we watered them a little bit, so they should be okay. We'll check on them throughout the day and see how they're doing, but hopefully they recover just fine. We'll see. All right, so it's much cooler now. The other catalpa trees we moved are still recovering from moving them in the heat. They did not like that, so we're gonna try again in the afternoon here. Just see if we can get the rest of these moved, potted, and then have them start growing, and hopefully take them up to Mississippi soon.
But watch out the ones on the ant patrol.
On the ant patrol? Okay.
The ant side.
Okay.
The fire ant side.
Watch out for that side.
But there's a mini one trying to climb around here.
A mini what?
There's a fire ant all alone over here.
What?
He's all alone by himself.
Maybe he's just a scout?
Can I get this guy? This CATALPA? This guy? Here. Delivery.
Or catalpa delivery?
Now you're heading into the ant zone.
The ant zone? Yep. Alright. Let me go get some more pots.
After we're done planting these CATALPA trees, you're already going to kill them.
Probably back by the other ones.
Or they died.
They didn't die, they were just hurting from the heat.
So they died?
No, they're not dead. They're just hurting from the heat. They're gonna come back. No, they're not. What do you mean, no, they're not?
How are they dead though?
They're not dead. Alright, good morning everyone. The heat is not quite upon us here in central Mississippi yet. So I'm going to run to the field, plant some more catawbas, do a little bit of weeding, staking before it dries up a bit and my dad heads down on the bush hog. I just figured it'd be a little easier for me to dig holes and plant in the cool morning air versus later on when he comes down after the grass dries. I left Ryder at the house playing with Grandpa because, you know, I love my father-son fishing adventures, but I really don't think Ryder wants to come in the tall grass and dig holes. I got the plants and some potting soil on the back. Up front I got my shovel. I got some stakes we made with some flagging on them just to stake off the really small plants that we're putting in. That way Dad doesn't cut them on the bush hog. Got my gloves, little trowel. Got some ant poison because sometimes the ants get around the base of the small trees, and if you leave that ant pile on there for too long and it gets too big, they might affect the tree. So I'm going to treat for ants today too. And then as Dad's cutting later, I think I'm going to put some wood chips around some of the trees just to help keep the weeds down around them. We've had a ton of rain here since we planted the trees. Most of the trees are doing pretty good. A couple of them I think are in some areas where maybe it's not as well drained, and they're kind of in standing water sometimes during heavy rains, so they stayed a little runty, but it looks like they're kind of starting to make a little bit of a comeback, but they're way smaller than most of the other trees. I know it's hard to tell, but that is the Catawba Farm Grove right here. There's just really tall Johnson grass, tall grass everywhere actually. You can see some of the trees out there, some of the bigger ones. There's a few runty ones right here, bigger ones there. I dropped some seeds down just to see if they grow, and I only found about 5 or 6 trees. I doubled up a few, and we're gonna stake those first, and then I'm gonna start digging new holes. All right, time to get dirty. First thing I'm gonna do is stake a few of these that I've already planted. These are the seedlings that I just kind of threw down at the end just to see, and a few popped up. It was really hard to even try and find them in here. I mean, can you believe it? This that I'm standing in, this was the tilled area in the previous video where it was just all dirt, and we put these trees down, and now all this has happened since then. It's crazy. And at the time it was a little smaller, and I came out here and tried to find little baby catawbas, and I did manage to find a couple, and they are here. Here's a couple right here. Pull these weeds out. So these two guys, I moved one next to the other, and we're going to try our double up method on these just to see. So yeah, this will be my goal, will be to weed around these a little bit, make them easy for Dad to see with the dirty hands and dirty work today. I switched to the GoPro, which we haven't used in a while. Been using the 360, but I figured this would be an easier way for you guys to see what I'm doing without having to deal with moving the camera around everywhere. Stake it so that Dad knows. There we go. All right, that's the idea. I'm gonna do that for a couple other ones I have here, and then I'll start digging some fresh ones. I don't know if you can see it. We grabbed just a couple of catawba worms from Pop's Catawba Farm on our way up. Nothing crazy. These trees aren't really ready for a bunch of worms. We put like a caterpillar on a few of the trees, and he's still there from yesterday. That's cool. This is kind of one of the sickly ones. They got way too much standing water, but he's kind of starting to recover a little bit. This one had a worm, but that worm looked like it was dying yesterday, and it definitely is dead today. Whoa. And this guy, obviously this catawba worm did okay, because all of that right there is catawba poop. He was also very big, so he may be to a point where he crawled in the ground to become a moth. I'm not sure. I don't see him anywhere else, but he definitely was on there yesterday, and that is definitely some fresh poop. Or who knows, maybe a bird ate him, I don't know. So far only one one worm appears to still be there. One yesterday definitely went in the ground. That was kind of cool. We watched him. We watched him purposely fall off the tree and burrow into the ground. So I think what he was doing was, there were a few of the caterpillars we grabbed were really big and just about ready to turn. So I think they actually went underground. to become moths, which was kind of neat to see. And when you put, you know, one caterpillar on a tree, you can't really expect to have them survive. There's a lot going against them. So yeah, I don't see any, but who knows. I'll lay this down. This is our measuring stick. And I'll start digging and planting, I suppose. I might actually put one or two over by the pond too, just to see. So I'll do that single guy. Most of these, where I had so many seedlings succeed that I've planted 2 to a pot. Mr. Smith had mentioned he learned a while back that putting 2 together like that, the roots kind of support each other as they get bigger, and also close together, competing with one another. It keeps both of them sort of bushier and smaller, and that's kind of what we want when we're harvesting worms. We don't want super tall trees, so we might do something like that. All right, to quote Han Solo, this is where the fun begins. I'm going to try and see how easy these things plant. Because we tilled this a while back, so I don't know how good or not good this is going to be. Seems like it's going to go okay. There we go. Oh yeah, I think that'll be good. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. I was worried that was going to be a lot harder. I gotta find where I put my freaking trowel. It's the one problem with the grass being so dang high. You can't really see anything laying around. I feel like I left them right here thinking I'd start over here, and I didn't. Oh well. Man, this is really good dirt. Oh, this used to be a growing field, you know, crop field down here, and it gets a lot of good drainage, a lot of moisture, so pretty solid for growing stuff. Alright, there we go. Alright, now we're gonna take this guy. Kind of top it off with some of this dirt that I dug out. It's actually really good soil, which is cool. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm hot and sweaty, but in general, that process could have been way more painful. And it wasn't too bad. Not too bad at all. There we go. Whew. Alrighty. Man, thank goodness I came and did this now, because if I'd have waited even just an hour or two later, I'd be dying right now. Wow. Okay. Alright, I like 10 more of these to go. Whew. Alright. Got this first row in. New plants are in. They're staked off. So Dad sees them on the bush hog. These are the ones that we've paired up. So we're going to see how they do as twin trees versus single trees like the ones up that way. Whew. And man, I reiterate again, I am glad I'm doing this now, because I am already hot and sweaty, but boy, if I waited till it got a little warmer, I'd be in trouble. Dad and Ryder are here, ready to cause chaos. No, Ryder is living it up. Hey buddy. All right, I'm on the clock. He got a little too close and he grabbed one of the plants. Oh well. So it goes. Oh, casualty. It happens. All right. We are back to looking like a CATALPA farm now. This is good. You can see my trees again. Ryder's having an absolute blast in the bucket. And we're getting this cut in no time. God bless the bush hog. One last plant, and I got a few singles I might put by the pond. And I still have a lot more at the house. I only brought 12 pots of the ones I grew from seed, but man, I have like at least 24, if not 30 more pots. Sticking sandfly. So, man, I gotta do some calculations here, because yeah, we're gonna have to figure out where else we're gonna put this stuff, because I got more trees. Get a little bit of this mulch that the county dumped on the side of the road. I'm gonna use that to surround some of the newer plants, a little moisture retention, and also to help keep all the grass down. Because yeah, free mulch is free mulch. Not gonna complain about that. All right, that's a good start. All right, Dad's taking care of a fallen tree over there. I'm gonna stand by just for safety reasons, in case he needs me. And while I'm waiting, mulch these new plants. Yeah, looks pretty good. Figured that definitely helped the young ones. Oh, yeah. I think he gave us, it's usually $10 for 100 seeds, and he gave us 200 for 10. So I got 100, and well, a couple we smashed. The one we lost, that's $5. I mean, it's down to pennies a tree now. Not that it started off all that expensive, considering the good trees were $5 a piece, but I think with the seeds, it's now pennies a tree.
Good, you get some worms on these suckers. You get you a couple of big rods. You come through here, you get you about a dozen worms.
Well, yeah.
Go that pond. You can load up on the dumpster.
Yeah, and I figure with the couple of trees over there, yeah. That if they get worms on them, they'll fall in the water. The fish will probably totally key in on them. Not that they won't now, but even more so. I got 2 single trees left. And what I'm gonna do is put them here on the pond. See if maybe maybe they'll start growing. We'll see how it goes. Good amount there. 2 cups seems to do the trick. The idea with these is I'll put them here on the pond, and if and when they get bigger and start having worms on them, the worms will be right there falling in the water. The fish will take to the worms and they'll become a preferred bait for them. So it'll be all the easier to fish with the catawba worms here at the farm pond. There we go. All right, 2 catawbas on the farm pond. Okay, the catawba project is back in working order. We got some new plants, we bush hog, everything's looking great. The trees even have a couple of worms on them now. We'll see what happens. Maybe we get some moths and some baby worms later this summer. Really excited. We're gonna put in a whole nother row of trees. We got a lot more to plant. I am really stoked for this project. This is gonna be great. Thanks so much for coming along on another adventure. As always, be kind, please rewind. Rainy, Ryder, anything else to add?
Sound of fun fishing. Subscribe, please.